All right, let's get this show started!
PFL founder Donn Davis recently took some digs at Dana White and the UFC. In an interview on Front Office Sports podcast, Davis compared PFL to UFC, saying that they pay better and fighters are not under somebody's thumb. He said, UFC's a great company, but PFL's a great company. We do everything they do, and we do some things better. 1, we pay better. And 2, you're in control in the PFL. You're not under somebody's thumb. What you do inside the cage controls your future. We've never had a fighter leave PFL in 5 years. We're not a feeder league. Not one has ever left. When they get here, they go, this is fantastic. And 2, we've recruited a lot from the other guys, Francis Ngannou being the latest and the biggest. So, we think our system of treating athletes, fighters first, will prove to be the better system long term, but the best thing we can do for the fighter and the industry and our own company is be fighter first and create opportunity. He continued, UFC doesn't talk much about this. They just like to have Dana White pick out people that he thinks fight well. We have a much more systematic and a much more global system than just one guy. We scout about 10,000 fighters around the world. Think of it in baseball terms. You're scouting single A, double A, triple A, and major league talent. Obviously, the very biggest talent in the world fights in the PFL Global League, but that's only 72 fighters a year. That's it out of 10,000 fighters who can compete at that level. What do you guys make of these comments from the PFL founder? Do you agree with these claims? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. During a recent DWCS press conference, Dana White responded to Donn Davis' comments about the UFC and suggested that he's either delusional or just uninformed.
Well, there's one of two things in that. There's either a lot of delusion or he's uninformed. Almost everything in that statement is incorrect, except for what happens in the cage determines your future. I think that's the only right thing that he said. And you know what? Good for him. Get out there. Let's fire it up. Let's, whatever. It's all good. Yeah, listen, I've said this before about the PFL. I have no beef with those guys. Those guys have always been stand-up guys and have always been classy when it comes to the business. These guys are in this to compete with us, and I respect that.
During UFC 293's open workouts Wednesday at the Sydney Town Hall, Sean Strickland invited a fan onto the stage for a quick sparring session. Here's the video. At the UFC 293 Media Day, Israel Adesanya drew comparisons between his upcoming opponent, Sean Strickland, and previous fighters he's faced. He noted that Strickland's style echoes that of Paulo Costa, characterizing him as effective primarily against human punching bags.
He looks good against guys who are human punching bags. Roll back the tape, UFC 253. I said the same thing about Paulo Costa. And this is not my ego talking, this is just me speaking strictly facts. I said Paulo looks good against guys who are human punching bags. Look at Deshaun's last fight. He fought the bus and he was a human punching bag, just stood there and got beat the fuck up. And I told you guys, Paulo will not catch me. I will catch him eventually. And I told him I was knocking the fuck out. And I did. Again, this is not my ego talking, it's just me speaking facts. Sean fights guys and looks good against them because they let him look good against them and they let him get in their head. But again, I've done this how many times? This is deja vu. This is deja vu to me. Like, all this shit's semi-fun, but what I really want to do is just fight. I really want to fight and showcase, and also watch my team showcase as well before me. And yeah, all that's cap. You have one chance to make a first impression, and he already failed that when I tapped him on the ass. You all saw the receipts, right? I wasn't trying to be a I was just saying hello. Then he gets on stage and starts talking. I'm gonna come down there, and during our fight, you could get my number. And I'm like, 3 minutes ago, you were. And then after that, backstage, he just beelines away from me. And I was just like, all right, cap.
And here are the top 3 memes picked on the internet today. Third place was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Capital Punish. Our second place pick was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named Beaver Smash TV. And the top pick was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named DevySimuMMA. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.